Morning guys, here we are again. Just looking at the weather. It looks like it's going to rain any minute, but the weather forecast says that there might be a few showers, so we could be alright. Because today what I'm thinking of doing is having a go at this passenger door. Only looks a little bit here, but it's going to be the underneath, and you know how things pan out, a bit at the bottom as well. Just noticed I've still got my old Strumpshore steam rally in the window. We went there, must have been a month now. We've got another camping trip organised in 2 weeks, and then another one after that. I was going to leave any bodywork, but so what my plan is this morning is to get the door taken off and put the cover on him. That'll be a good start, won't it? Obviously there's still other work I need to do. This door and this piece here, I will get round to this, but I'm figuring now I'm going to leave that until probably the end of the year, and then get the wheel off, cut all that out and sort that out. This panel here is going to need to be painted because, as you can see, the newer paint is more brighter, but still okay. They're the repairs I did before. Yeah, you can still see them if you look carefully, but I'm really happy with that. Yeah, there's still a few bits of tidying up to do on Bertie Bus. Right, let's get him fired up and moving forward. Right, last week I adjusted the timing. I need a little tweak, and he was acting a lot better. Had a bit of a dead spot, so I adjusted the timing and I took it for a spin, and that was driving so much better than he did before. I did take it out again the other day, just round the block, just to check it when it was cold. Took a little bit to warm up, but after that was fine again, so I'm quite pleased with that. Just going to fire him up now, pull him forward and pull it over a bit so I can get the door on, which will be that one there. Right, let's fire him up. Stick my camera on my little bit of blue tack on my dash. Here we go. He's away. Pull him forward and obviously pull him over a bit. Actually, I think I might be spitting the rain. I might not be able to get this door off. I'll get the door card off now anyway. That should give me enough room to get the door off. Got to find up the cover as well, because I put it in the back of the shed because I figured I'd leave it uncovered for the summer while we're using it, but obviously if I take the door off I need to cover him up. Right, I'm just going to get some tools and we'll whip that door off. First of all, I'll get the door card off. Before I take it off, let's have a quick look. You can see the bottom here. That's where he's gone. You can get repair panels for here, but I'm going to patch. I ain't going to buy any panels. I think there's probably a bit under there is going to need doing. That looks like that's probably filler on top of there where someone's tidied it up before. Now this door card is, well, to be honest, it stayed on quite well compared with the other. I had to put some self-tappets in the other side. Might have to on here eventually. I'm glad I haven't now, so it'll be easy to get it off. Just take off the door pull, the catch, and obviously the window winder, and then this will just pop off. if the screwdriver fits. There we go. Yeah, the sky's looking a bit dark, so don't know how much I'm going to be able to do at this very minute. Like I say, if I just get the door card off, it's a good start, isn't it? Get the cover off this. There's a screw in the middle. So, don't lose any of the bits and bobs. So I put the screw back in there so I don't lose it. There should be a screw in the back of this. Actually, it's not even in there. I must have lost that last time. Just to take the cover off. I meant to find the screw and forgot about it. No, the card should just easily pop off. Job done. I might even recover these next year, so I'm thinking of doing a few alterations inside. See what I can find to fit those. Get that door off. Remove these bolts on this door. You need, well, they're really tight, so I need to use this impact driver. Just taken that one out, I've loosened this one, so now I'm going to get those bottom two. But before I do that, I'll start to take this little pin out so I can open the door wider. Right, let's get this pin out. That's that out. Now the door should be open a little bit wider. I need to get Debbie to hold the door now while I undo these bottom two. Coming off now. You right with that? Okay, so there's the door off. Get Bertie parked up again down there and get the cover on it before that rain comes down. Look. Not looking too good, is it? As you can see, we've got the cover back on Bertie, so if there is a downpour, we ain't got to rush and try and stop the water getting in. Right then, let's go in here and have a quick look at this door before we do anything. Put the radio off for a second. Rightio, let's have a, obviously the bottom of it is all curly. Here, I think there's a skimmer filler there, but there you go, it's obviously been repaired a few times. Funny enough, or oddly enough, here still seems okay. Under the bottom, a little bit crispy there, but I might just leave that alone for the time being. I'll just do it again another time. Yeah, I'm going to leave well alone where I don't need to. So this is this side, let's flip it over. So there we go, we're flipped over. This is the reason why I wanted to have a look at it, because the hair just don't look very nice. And I will say again, as I usually say, I'm not restoring it, I'm just trying to tidy it up a little bit. And this and the other door are not looking brilliant. So you never know how bad it's going to be when you start poking around. There's a bit here I might be able to get away with sanding. There's a little hole in the bottom of there. I don't know how far I'm going to go with this door yet, but this is the bit I'm looking at sorting, and I'm going to have to do something here because of this. I'm also looking at this rubber. Obviously it's perished anyway. I'm not sure even how it's fixed on, whether it's glued on or whether it's got a fixing. What to do? How much do I want to do? This is the question. I think I'm just going to patch it up best I can for now. See, there's water in there, like. But that probably stopped the water from getting in here. Little poke around here, look. See this filler there? But you're going to have filler. I think there's quite a lot in my other door. That is the way to tidy stuff up, innit? A little bit of filler. Oh, it's very damp inside here. And as you can see here, and obviously the water gets in here, right to the bottom here, and obviously water goes down where the window seals are. These may have been changed at some time, but I ain't got money to change all the seals, and the water will come through and rot this bottom bit out. As you can see there, it's also filler. Right, I'll have a little mess about with this and I'll show you in a bit how bad it gets or how little I need to do. You can see it's getting worse by the second. There's a big bit of filler in there, just fell in what was under here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get probably my grinder or maybe even some shears, and I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut a little square out there for now, or an oblong out along here, and we'll go from there. There's no real plan at this moment in time. Like I say, I'm not aiming to restore it, I just want to tidy it up. Even if I end up having to do it again later on, so be it. But I've just been informed by Debbie that I've got less than 2 weeks to do this, and what with work and other things I'm doing, I need to get my finger out. So let's cut that bit out and have a look. Find the grinder. Okay, I've been doing a bit of sanding off here just to check how much I need to do. Like I say, I don't want to go mad, so I'm going to try and cut this out, do a repair here, maybe a repair here, we will see. Got my masking, because obviously this, well, everything's going to get yellow in here again, but I've got nowhere to put stuff, so I just have to do the best I can. So I'm just going to hover some of this dust up before I do any more. So, one of the options what I could do now is stick some old newspapers and shit in there, skim it with a bit of filler, rub it down, put some paint on top, and that'll look fine. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying, I have seen it and I have done it before. But for this, I'm now going to cut some of this out. I think I'll cut this corner out first and see what I can salvage here to weld to be honest. It seems a bit flaky there. Still not sure about this rubber, how that's fixed. Feels like it's glued. Might have a problem there. I might have to cut it out. We will see. We'll see what happens when I cut this corner off. Right then, so obviously I've cut this piece out here, and I've noticed that this was a bit loose, so I've pulled it, so it's just glued into place. So I could actually get a new one later, but at this moment in time I'm going to probably keep this. So I need to cut a plate that will fit and bend into here. Don't know how this piece here is fixed on there. I'll take that off as well, and we could make a complete little panel. I'll clean up in here as well, put a bit of paint in here. Yeah, it's good. Right, get this piece off. We'll make up a little plate for there. Little piece off there as well, so we can actually fold it over. He says, not sure how it's going to come out, but let's have a go. Find myself a little bit of steel to put in there. Right then, so I'll tidy this up a bit more in a minute, but cut this piece of steel here, which should fit in there somehow like that. A little bit more fettling with that, and then I'm going to tack that in and just see if we can get that to come anywhere near where I want it. So that'll be better than a rusty hole. Right, see what, do a bit more fettling on that, and then see if I can get that clamped into place. Put a couple of tacks. Well, there we go, look. I think if I can get a couple of tacks on there and then bend it, a couple of tacks, that won't be too bad of a fit. Let's see what happens. So look, I've got that plate tacked in a few times, just ground off the big old lumps of bird muck. A couple of little holes I need to fill, which I'll get around to in a minute. That's not too bad there. I just need to work on this edge now. Just try and get that. Just try and get that bent level with this. And then obviously Thomas skimmer filler painted. Should be good. Rightio. Let's see if I can get this bent now into shape. Just bent that with these pliers, just bent that down, put a nick in the end, bent it over. Now underneath, what I shall do now is just put a little bit of weld on there, grind it off, so that'll be a nice strong corner. The back there, and then underneath, when I turn it over, where this slips to here, I can put a couple of tacks on the inside. So that'll be fine. And then, like I say, I'll fill these holes, and then we'll move around to here. Cut a piece out there. And I'm pleased with it. And there's only one person we've got to please. You got it. Gone over and filled these holes. Just grind that off now, or sand it off. Then we'll move on to this. Happy with that now. That's nice and in there. Nice and solid for the time being. Time I skim it, that'll be fine. Little hole at the end here I need to sort out, but I think I'm going to tackle this bit next. We'll cut this piece out. Right, so we're cutting another little section out of the front of this door. Originally I was going to just come all the way along, but I don't know, just changed my mind. I thought I'd just do it in bits. Yeah, obviously cut this piece out, but these bits here got little tacks in, so I'm going to need to pull off these bits and then grind them down. You can see where all the gunk's got in there, look. Plenty. Right, so I've got this right off now. Now this piece in here is a part of the guide for the window, which would have been attached to here, but that's rotted and broken off. So first of all I'm going to join this to that before I even sort about putting a panel in there, but that's going to be at a later date, because unfortunately, yep, I've run out of time. Time don't fly when you're doing stuff like this, and got other things to do. Got to get myself to work in a bit, so I'm going to leave it here and just say thanks for watching. If you want to see how I get on with this door, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.